Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, in this video I want to show you a really cool trick where I take a photo which is taken into the daylight and using local preset, which is one of the most powerful tools in Lightroom, I turn it into a night photo. I'm going to show you a really cool trick toward the end of the video, so stay until the end. You're going to love this. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, what you're about to witness is what I think the most powerful feature that there is in Lightroom. And it's what I call the local adjustments. So I've built a whole bunch of local adjustments that you can get for a very small price. The link is right on this video, and I'm going to show you how it works. And I'm going to turn this photo into like a blue hour photo. You see, one thing I learned in photography a long time ago is that an object which is partially LED is more interesting than an object which is fully LED. So more you complexify the light, better and nicer is going to be your photo. So I'm going to turn this into, what it should look like about 20 minutes after, just using a local adjustment preset. So the local adjustment preset are tools. You've got like 3 different tools that I'm going to show you that we're going to be playing around with. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a lot of blue because it's supposed to be blue hour, a little bit of purple because I can. And then I'm going to underexpose this photo. I'm going to make a black point. I'm going to hold on the option key and just make sure it's about 1% of black point and a little bit of white, but I want to have, a blue hour atmosphere. Okay, I'm going to crop this 16:9 because I think it works better. And voila. And now check this out. So I'm going to click here to zoom in on these lights, and I'm going to turn the lights on. Yes, sir. So I'm zooming in. Here is the level of zoom you can go to right now. I find that 2.1 is good. So I'm going to click here, and now when you click here on effect, you've got a whole bunch, and I'll show you at the end of this video how to install this, a whole bunch of pre-designed effects. So SR stands for Serge Remeli, that's me, and then you have the tool which is like the brush, the circle, the gradients, or the eyes, the portrait section. I'll do a whole other video on how to retouch portrait with this. And so what I'm looking for is called the SR Light Up Strong. Actually, that's the one I'm on. Light Up Strong. Okay, I'm going to click and drag, and right now it's happening everywhere but inside of the circle. I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to invert it, and I'm going to put the feather all the way here. And that's going to make it much more believable. Okay, then I like that value. It's basically turning on this light. Then I'm going to right click, duplicate, and put the same thing on that lamp here. Make sure it doesn't glow over there because it doesn't look real. This is like really a strong light. Right click, duplicate, and put it over here. Okay, and one thing you can do to make it even more believable is you can go here in range mask off, go to luminance, and move this to the right. What that's going to do is it's going to make the lamp go really inside, and it's going to avoid having some halos. So usually what I do is I do a little bit of that, and I click and drag, and outside of I'm just looking at the photo. I'm like, okay, is the lights too strong or not too strong? I think they're good. Once I'm happy, I'm going to right click, duplicate. I'm going to put it on every lamp that you can see in this photo, and I'm going to do this in very fast mode so I don't bore you to death. But the idea is you right click, you duplicate, you put it over the lamp, make sure and every time you go further away, the lamps are going to be smaller. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you make your circle smaller, okay? And I'm not going to bore you with that because that's going to take a while. So let's speed things up. And if you see it glowing around the light, you can just move the range mask. That's going to help take the glow out, or make sure the circle is very small. And basically, the range mask is just going to mask it. Anything which is kind of dark in front is going to go in front. So it's going to look like that the lamp is to the side. Okay, so this is where we stand. You can see here, I'm going to one thing you have is you can see the before and after of the circle by going here. You see that little break? That's the before and that's the after. Now, if the lights are on normally it should radiate, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back to my circle, but instead of taking the SR cycle light up strong, I'm going to take ray warm, for example. Let's see what ray warm is going to give me. Make sure, so as you click and drag, it's going to be outside, so make sure you invert it and you feather it. Okay, so that one is too strong. But what you can do is in real time, you can go to like this and go to light rays, for example, and see if that looks better. Yeah, that looks way better. All I want is a bit of, that it radiates. Also, one thing that's kind of important when you work in these tools is that the edit pin is on auto. If it's on always, what's going to happen is you're always going to have the little pin, which is kind of annoying because if you go out there, you cannot appreciate the photo without the pin. If you go onto selected, only the selected pin will be active, but then how do you select the other ones? Annoying us also. If you go to never, well, you never have the pin. And the best really is auto, because what auto is going to do is when you're on the photo, you got the pin, but when you're out of the photo, you don't have the pin. So that's the best way to do that. Okay, so now we did that. Now I need to do something about the sky. The sky is way too good. So let's use it as a local tool. I'm going to click here and drag. And I'm going to go here to gradient. And let's take cold drama, for example. Click and drag. Ooh, cold drama is good. Might be a little strong. Let's see what else. We've got the gradient classic. That's a little too light. Let's see here. Warm drama. Now, actually, warm drama is not that bad. Actually, it matches better. It's pretty cool. Okay, and then now that we did that, I can go back to the overall, maybe bring down the highlights, open the shadows a little bit. Not too much. So now that open the shadows, this is too bright, so I can go back here, click another gradient, maybe use the same one that we use on top, or I can go to, let's go to cold drama, for example. Now that's too blue, way too blue. So classic. Yeah, classic's good. Classic's good. I'm going to add a lot of contrast to this. And so that's pretty good. I really like that. I really, really, really like that. I think that I want to add a little more kind of a sunset feeling because the sun was coming from there. You can see here. So I'm going to go here, make another circle. And this time I'm going to invert it. So by the way, if you don't feather something, you can see it's very definite. You want to really always feather it. And then I'm going to go to circle. I think I want to have something that's kind of like ray warm. Yeah, ray warm is kind of fine. That's where the sun was. And I'm going to just add it here so we have a little bit of a glow like this coming from the right side. And voila. I mean, what you can do is maybe make it even darker, make the blacks a little stronger, the whites a bit, and the highlights a bit lower. I love this photo. So check it out. We came from this to this beautiful drama. It's crazy just using a local preset. Let me show you an even more crazy example. So this is a photo I shot of La Maison Rose in Montmartre. It was just, actually they were closed that day, so there was no lights on. So I'm going to use the same technique. I'm going to create what we call an American night. So I'm going to add a lot of blue. I'm going to lower the highlights a lot. I'm going to crush the blacks. On this one, I'm going to open the shadow a little bit too strong at first because I want to see where I put on the light. I'm going to zoom in by clicking on it. And I'm going to take my circle and I'm going to go back to the circle light up strong. Okay, strong. Remember, you need to feather it and you need to invert it. And check this out. So this one might be a bit strong. So remember, you can go to range mask off if you have a version from a couple of years ago. And I'm just going to duplicate and put this on all the different lamps that there is in this beautiful place. Let's make it maybe a little bit bigger. Let's even lower this so that it's not there. It's just like a little hotspot. I mean, I just love the looks that it does. And I tried this kind of retouching on social media, and it really does really well. I got a lot of exposure with this technique. And by the way, if you purchase this local preset and you use it in your Instagram, you can basically just post the result on your story and using the hashtag photo search. And I do that almost every day. Anybody who uses my presets or my local preset, if the photo is good and the result is good, I'm gonna repost it to over 115,000 people. So don't forget, just post it as a story and tag me at photo search. By the way, guys, if you like this kind of things, subscribe to this channel if you didn't get a chance to, and hit that like button, because really helps other people to find out about it. Just smash the like button and subscribe if you did not subscribe, of course. And I'm going to turn on that window. I'm going to turn that window on. So I'm going to really boost it even more. So when it comes to window, you really need to use the trick that I showed you of the luminance mask, like all the way. Actually, this one's bigger. I just want the glow to come from the window. Maybe a little more yellow or saturation. I'm going to add, you see, this circle has minus clarity, which makes it like very diffused. So on this one, I'm just going to add even more saturation. That doesn't do very much, but anyways. Okay, so that's my first run. Okay, so now I'm gonna start lowering the shadows because I want to get a really strong look. So now, I'm not done yet. I am not finished yet. I got some more to do. I forgot there is all the lamps at the bottom here, so I'm going to duplicate this one. It's just so fun to do. You should try on your photos. It's just a great way to create drama. I believe that photography is all about creating art, creating an impact and emotion. I used to study like some of Ansel Adams' retouching, and they used to spend like over 20 hours retouching a photo and taking things out and things like this. So, don't feel bad if you retouch your photo. I'm not a journalist. I'm just trying to create art and create interest. There's 100 million photos being posted on Instagram every day. You need to stand out, and that's a good way. It's a great technique. So now let's make another circle. I'm gonna right click, duplicate this one, and for the glow, I want a big glow, but this one is way too strong. I want a big glow there, so let's take another value. Let's type light ray. Yeah, light ray, maybe not strong enough. Light up. Yeah, light up is good. Light up is good. So I'm gonna make one light up here. So what comes from this, and click and duplicate, and maybe make another smaller light up here. Make sure the feather is all the way, which is the case. Okay, light up is just the the radiation from the glow from the hotspot. There you have a hotspot and you have a glow. So I'm going to duplicate that and put that here. You have to make it smaller as you go far away, and then duplicate and put it here because there's another lamps here. And I just love doing this thing, and you should give it a shot on your photo. It can do really well. So then I usually look at your photo, and that's when I decide what to do. I'm going to add definitely more contrast. I'm going to lower even more the exposure. I think I'm going to add some more magenta, or some, yeah, maybe even lower the exposure even more. So, and you can always go back because it's totally non-destructive. So like, I think some of these hotspots are a little too strong. So you can go back and you select them and you adjust them, so that it looks more realistic. You have to adjust the tool. This is the color, this is the power, there's some diffusing. And, along with these tools that you're gonna get 1 hour with like 13 different projects on how to use this tool. I'm selling this normally for about $57. You can get it for $19. The link is under the video. It's a price we've never done it so cheap. But it's not cheap. It's a really cool thing. It also helps support this channel if you like what I do. Okay, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. So let's do some drama sky. So I'm going to click and drag. And this time I'm going to go to skies. So it has the old value. So gradient cold drama. Yeah, cold drama is good. Cold drama is good. And on this one, I'm going to do the range mask off. So it goes a little bit behind the building. Yeah, something like that. Voila. And then usually what I do is I take a brush, and then I go on the brush. I'm going to go into detail, Dodge Classic. Dodge Classic is kind of cool. I'm just going to make some parts, some parts of the photo where the light is with a brush even brighter, because I can, something like this. Voila. Maybe even add a little more. Let's check my black point. Yeah, we can go strong on a black point. Check my white point. Okay, it's at the max. This is already blown away. And a lot of people I've seen these photos, like they had no idea it was a daylight photo. It was like, oh, I love the mood of this photo. I love it. It's really cool. So let me show you. That's the before, and that's the after. Pretty cool. And so just let me show you how to install it. Once you purchase this preset, all you have to do is go to your library on my website on photosearch.com, And you can see here, so you've got the training here. This is like 13 videos of training that's going to show you a lot more on how to use every local tools. And then you have the, so you have the gradient preset. And basically it's all going to be a zip file. So let me show you, I put everything on my desktop, and you can see that's the zip file that I did. I double click on them to unlock the zip, to unzip them. And then you select all of them once they're unzipped, the folder, not the zip version. You right click, you click on copy, you go to Lightroom, you basically go to Lightroom Classic, you go to preference. On Windows, it's the same thing. I think it's just Lightroom, it's preference might be in the edit section. And then you just go to second tab called preset. Now, if you've got an old version of Lightroom, you will only have one button that says show presets. Now, since 2 years, they added two buttons, which is show Lightroom develop preset and show all other Lightroom preset. So I'm going to go show all other Lightroom preset. I'm going to click on this one. And so if you have an old version of Lightroom, just click on the same button. It's going to take you to the same place, which is this Adobe folder. What you're looking for is the Adobe Lightroom. Lightroom, what you really want to see, very, very important, is local adjustment preset. Do not put it into the develop preset, which is here. Do not put it here, but in a local adjustment preset. I repeat, local adjustment preset. You see, I've already done it. I've got the 4 folders. You have to restart Lightroom and you are good to go, guys. So get this package. It's unbelievable. You can get it for $19 for a very short time. Post your best work with this package on Instagram, tagging me at @photosurge, and I will share with 115,000 people the best work. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next video.